This movie is like 9/11. It is a tragedy that we can never forget. And that's my job here today, is to make sure we do not forget the disaster that is Kickin' It Old School from 2007. I watched this movie as a child, and that probably had an effect on me. So I was like, why not watch it again? Horrible fucking mistake. This may be the worst movie I've ever seen. Legitimately. I know I said movie 43 is my least favorite movie, and I think I hate that movie more. I think I can be like, no, this one is worse. Let's just fucking get into it. I don't know what I'm waiting for. This movie is about a 12-year-old kid who's growing up in the 80s. He's a break dancer, right? There's a talent show, and he's gonna break dance in it along with his friends. And he does a move, a break dance move, hits his head, and goes into a coma for 20 years and wakes up in 2006. So already, I think you can find the problem with this movie. That is a fucking sad, depressing premise for a comedy. And it's not like they play it up and make it like a cartoon. In the first scene set in 2006, his parents are talking with the doctor, and the doctor's like,
Justin's been on unpaid life support for the last 16 weeks.
I just put 16 checks in the mail this morning, so...
I understand how difficult it is to make payments of this magnitude. Justin hasn't made any progress in 20 years, and the chances of him reviving are less than 1%. Maybe it's time to give your son and yourself some peace.
And then the parents have this like really heartfelt moment where they're like saying goodbye to their son as they think they're about to pull the plug on him.
We're gonna unplug you now. No more electricity. And Justin, just know that your mom and dad love you very much. It's a shame we gotta do this on his birthday.
And this is supposed to be a comedy. And not only that, you would think that like, okay, he's out of the coma now. That weird aspect of the movie is gonna be over now. No, a big plot point is that the parents are in debt because of the medical bills they had to pay to keep their son alive.
I don't think you understand the extent of Justin's medical bills. They're gigantic, and I think we might be losing the house, and I can't let that happen. I don't.
Hands are tied.
Because they needed like stakes. Because spoilers, he enters a breakdance competition at the end of the movie, and it can't just be he wants to win it, so they make the parents in crippling debt. I guess I'll talk about this now. There's a weird thing in this movie. The premise is a 12-year-old suddenly wakes up as a 32-year-old, which is fucking weird. And the main actor, Jamie Kennedy, plays it like he is like 6 years old.
Mom! TV's broken! It's supposed to be MTV, but they're not playing any videos. It's just a bunch of girls talking and crying.
And there's multiple scenes that are weirdly sexual. There's a scene where his friend Darnell is showing him pornography on the internet. And it's a joke. And Jamie Kennedy's sitting there like, a booby!
Huh? Huh? Justin. By the power of Grayskull. Bodies aren't supposed to... Midget.
And it's fucking insane. The first scene in the movie, the love interest is doing something for a talent show, and it's a fucking reference to a movie, and it's weirdly fucking sexual. And it's supposed to be a joke. Like, everyone's weirded out about how sexual her performance was. And then one of the first things he does when he's out of the coma is he goes to a toy store and he's talking to this kid, and it's like, it's a joke where like the cops think he's a pedophile.
I can get your foxhole, or you can get my foxhole.
He runs into Darnell, who's now an employee at the toy store. And then they do this joke.
You're a good You're the best I've ever had.
What's weird is that it's not like a dark comedy. Like, I can understand if that was part of the joke, is that like if they made a joke about them being in debt, or if they made a joke about the main character being in a coma for 20 years. It just feels fucking incidental. Like, so much of the rest of the comedy is just stupid, lowbrow shit. So it doesn't, it feels like it's just like they didn't realize how weird it was. So he runs into his childhood crush after 20 years, and he's like, a boofy! There's 2 scenes where he's amazed at the concept of breasts. You think I'm fucking joking, but that's literally what his performance is like.
You're the jackass that flipped off the stage when we were kids. Oh my God, I thought you were dead.
The way this guy says, I thought you were dead, fucking like sticks in my brain because it's such a weird reading of the line. Thought you were dead!
I thought you were dead.
If there is one solid aspect to this movie, it is Michael Rosenbaum as this villain character. It's a terrible fucking character, but I think he did a fine job being a dick.
Kip, stop it.
I had a bike, Jim. I was just kidding with him.
I got Max.
You're a fat.
As if this movie wasn't fucking weird enough, there's a scene where the main character tries to commit suicide, but the joke is that he's trying to commit suicide by eating Pop Rocks and soda. So that's the joke. So much of this movie is just fucking shitty 80s nostalgia. Like, some of the movie is like clearly trying to be satirical. I found this movie on YouTube, by the way. The whole movie's for free on YouTube, so if you want to torture yourself, go ahead. But in the title, it says comedy satirical. And I'm sorry, but that is a fucking insult to the word satire and the word comedy, if we're being honest. But so much of this movie is trying to be like satirical of like the 80s. You know, the 80s was a different time and how much we've changed since the 80s, and kind of poke fun at the 80s and modern society. But so much of this fucking movie is just cheap 80s references. There's a fucking scene where David Hasselhoff shows up, and that's the fucking joke. So anyway, he sees the breakdance competition and he decides to join it, and he decides to reunite with his old breakdance crew, his old friends, to join this competition and hopefully win it and settle his parents' crippling debt. The prize is $100,000, by the way, which, like, if you're splitting that 4 ways, is $25,000 really enough to get rid of your parents' debt? I mean, okay, let's talk about this movie and race. And not even just race, just everything. We meet Darnell's wife, who is the stereotypical black woman.
Now get to stepping. Bitch slapped.
They meet their friend who's now a meter maid, and they make fun of him for it, and they make fun of him for being fat, you know, obviously.
Hey, hey,
Okay, and then we get to their friend who's played by Bobby Lee. The joke with him is that as a kid, he was very much an Asian stereotype, or he was okay playing up to Asian stereotypes. But now he's very much moved away from that, and he's angry that his friends wanted him to be the Asian stereotype. And it's this scene where I'm like, I'm agreeing with most of this guy's points.
It's Buddy! Buddy, the yellow guy!
I was never your friend. I was your damn mascot. Your little Ewok, Mogwai, Golden Child, Mr. Miyagi. Wax on, wax off, huh? Yeah. No.
This scene goes on for 3.5 fucking minutes, and it tells us nothing. And it's not funny.
You freaking round eyes ate it up for 10 years.
Round eye? A Mexican essay? It's some mean shit.
This is where this fucking movie, dude. There's supposed to be a joke where he's like, the girl's like, you don't have to break dance to prove yourself or something like that. And he's like, oh, really? And then he's supposed to, like, get someone or turn on a radio and then start breakdancing. And then that's the joke. But for no fucking reason at all, they throw in an offensive Indian stereotype who has like a unibrow and talks in broken English. And there's some scenes I don't know if I can show you. Like, I may not show this offensive Indian stereotype because I'm afraid my video will get pulled for, like, being hate speech. That's how fucking crass this movie is. That's how tasteless it is. So he, like, brings out cardboard to breakdance on, but it turns out it was a homeless man's house, and he berates them, says he used to be a breakdancer, fails at breakdancing, and pisses on the cardboard box. Jamie Kennedy gives him $1, and then the scene continues like nothing happened. That's one scene. Let's move on to the next. So they're training for the breakdance competition. For some reason, the girl he has a crush on, his childhood sweetheart, invites him to a club, and there's a lot of funny jokes. He drinks Red Bull and then gets hyper. I fucking forgot some of the shit in this movie. For no reason at all. This is what this movie does, is there's just a scene happening, right? And then he runs into a leather-clad gay stereotype, and the joke is he's gay, and fuck. The thing that gets me about the offensive parts of this movie is they're so irrelevant. Like, you could easily cut them out. It was like they were struggling writing the script, and like, man, this scene really needs a joke somewhere. What do we do? Let's just throw in an offensive stereotype, and that's the joke that we'll have in this scene. So Darnell is an inventor, and he invents something called
the Rubik's Cube.
So we get to the scene where his friend shows him porn.
Cheese whiz.
And then, for no reason at all, the villain character is, for some reason, he's the one running this competition, this breakdance competition. And he's, for some reason, worried that the main character's group is going to somehow win the competition, even though, for all he knows, they're fucking talentless. Like, he's never been shown anything to show they have some special talent, so why is he afraid they're gonna win? So he's afraid they're going to win. He doesn't want them to win. For some reason. It literally doesn't harm him at all, but he's a villain, so fuck it. He goes to see a breakdance crew and sort of recruit them to join the competition and win, so that the main character's breakdance squad does not win. That's the scene.
Which one of you is cold?
I swear to God, every fucking scene in this movie asks more questions than it answers. I wanted to talk about one scene, but like, I don't even know what I'd fucking say about it. Is it really worth it? God. Okay, so the next scene, he scores a date with his crush. And so his friends are all like, you need to know how to please a woman. So we're gonna dress the fat one in drag. He's gonna wear a wig, wear a bra, and you're gonna feel up his titties. And that's a scene that needed to fucking exist. So they have a forced romantic scene, and they're starting to get Oh my god, this is the third time. A booby. A booby. 3 fucking times he's done it in this movie. So whatever, they're having a dramatic scene, and
Garfield loves lasagna. I wish they would have taken me off life support.
for no reason at all, the villain just like shit talks the friends.
Number 9. Is that number 10 for you, Patty?
This scene pisses me off to no end. You fucking wrote it so he was wearing a shirt with the number 9 on it. Just to set up this dumb joke. Like, it's so manufactured. One of the members of the rival breakdance crew who the villain recruited challenges the Jamie Kennedy to a match. They all take their shirts off for no reason.
One song. Crowd picks the winner. Aye? Say it, don't spray it.
He didn't spit at all.
Mom, Dad, yogurt, coma.
And then we get this scene where, this is what I mean by he acts like a 6-year-old. He's sad, so he like smashes his cake.
Damn!
Duty.
No duty cake.
Duty cake. Crap.
Shit cake that nobody wants. What are you doing?
We're a bunch of losers. Coma.
And then we get the most infamous scene where he says he feels,
I feel like a
and then a
Who's we? It's not nice to say we.
So whatever, there's a sad scene. The main character, for some fucking reason, says he's out of the breakdance competition, so they hired the homeless guy from before.
Mad Slick, a.k.a. Dr. Aquafresh, a.k.a. Big Jennifer Garner, a.k.a.
Something about this movie is that the breakdancing is fucking awful. It's like you're making a movie about breakdancing. You would want the dancing to at least be good. But it's shit. There's fucking stupid drama. That's something that gets me about this movie. It's like, if it was just stupid and offensive and crass, I'd be like, okay, whatever. But they're clearly trying to go for an emotional, like, feel something for these fucking characters. So for stupid reasons, they let Jamie Kennedy join in on the last battle.
It's actually up to Cole. Cole.
Just trust me. Let him dance, yo.
Well, what is the point of the villain of the rival breakdance crew saying he should dance? What is that? Develop his character? The fuck? And then for no reason, his parents come in and are like, "Why are you doing this? You shouldn't do this. He's already on stage. Why are you pulling him off?" It's fucking stupid manufactured drama. It's just. So they do some lame dances. He does the same move he did as a kid, except he doesn't fall on his face. He lands it this time. So, okay, this is fucking ridiculous. So then, for no reason at all, the villain is angry that his mortal enemy has won his competition. So he tries to breakdance, and he fails, and everyone laughs at him. And then he gets up, he gets fired from his job, from his boss that we just met, and then he calls...
What are you freaking with? It's not nice to say we.
And then the homeless man is confused. He falls on the villain and he pisses on him. Why does so many of my movie reviews, it always comes back to piss? Why? And then they have the fucking audacity to use an actually good song as the credit song. What pisses me off about it is, like, I know they didn't pick it because it was a good song. They picked it because it's from the 80s. It has synths in it. And You know, this whole movie is just a love letter to the 80s. The worst fucking love letter I've ever seen. So yeah, why not? It saddens me to know that such a great song is attached to this fucking pile of shit. So they kissed. This is a bunch of stupid fucking jokes about like where are they now. Okay, so I already explained why I talked about this movie. I don't think we should forget anything that happened in this movie for fear of repeating our mistakes as a human race. And also, I just wanted to revisit it because it was from my childhood, and I don't know, I just like talking about shit. It's fun, okay? Fucking leave me alone. Thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of this. I hope you found this fucking funny, because by God, the movie isn't. If it seemed like I was like, if I made it kind of entertaining or seem entertaining, that was fucking me, and I deserve a medal for it, because watching the movie was pure fucking torture. It was torture. So many scenes go on for so fucking long. I need to stop or I'm going to rant about this movie for 2 hours. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, whatever you got to do. See you next time, where hopefully I talk about something better than this pile of shit.